Welcome to the third part of the Taylor Swift Folklore Cardigan video series. Today we'll be going through rows 9 to 16 of the back panel. Before we get into it, I just want to quickly go through how to do the different cable stitches. To save time and make this video as short as possible, I won't be going through the individual cable stitches when we go through the rows later on. If you need to refer back to the stitches, here are all the timestamps. I'll also include explanations of the different cable stitches in the description box so you can refer to those as well. Doing the LC stitches are the simplest. Just remember that the first number is the number of stitches you transfer to your cable needle, and then you leave the cable needle at the front of your work. Then the second number is the number of stitches you need on your working needle first, and then you just knit the stitches on your cable needle. So now let's do a 2-1 LC. Transfer 2 stitches onto your cable needle. Leave it at the front of your work. Then knit the next stitch on your working needle. Before you knit the 2 stitches on your cable needle. The LC stitches are used for all the cable stitches, so I find this stitch the easiest to do and remember. Next, we'll do a 2-2 LC. To do a 2-2 LC, just transfer 2 stitches from your working needle onto your cable needle and leave the cable needle at the front of your work. Knit the 2 stitches on your working needle. Then knit the 2 stitches on your cable needle. And it's basically the same for the rest of the LC stitches, so the 1-1 LC and the 3-3 LC. Here's how to do a 2-1 LPC. Transfer 2 stitches from your working needle onto your cable needle and leave it at the front of your work. Purl the next stitch on your working needle and then knit the 2 stitches on your cable needle. Finally, we have the 2 over 1 right purl cross stitch. Transfer 1 stitch from your working needle onto your cable needle and leave it at the back of your work. Knit the next 2 stitches on your working needle then purl the stitch on your cable needle. That's basically a quick overview of all the cable stitches you need in this pattern. I'll also put the written explanations of the different stitches in the description box for you to refer back to easily. The most important thing when knitting your cables is to not twist your stitches. Knit the stitches in the order you picked up. After watching my past tutorials again, I realized that the way I edited the videos was not the most efficient and inclusive, especially if you're doing the larger sizes. So for this video, I will just include the instructions on how to do the different cable stitches for that specific row, and you will repeat it as many times as necessary for your own cardigan. If you haven't put in stitch markers in your work, I would strongly recommend you do that so that it's easier for you. If you don't have a stitch marker, you can use a ring or a keychain, or you can also tie some spare yarn around your needle, and those will work as well. It doesn't have to be fancy as long as it's practical. Here are the charts again for those who need to put in their stitch markers. This is the chart for those doing size SM, size LXL, and finally for those doing size 2XL, 3XL. And now on to rows 9 to 16 of the cable pattern. For the moss stitch, you will repeat the pattern listed on the video until you reach the end of the moss section of your cardigan. So if you're doing size SM, you will repeat the K1P1 pattern 5 times for 10 stitches, 9 times for 18 stitches for those doing LXL, and 18 times for 16 stitches for 2XL, 3XL. For things in the brackets, you just repeat what is in the brackets as many times as mentioned. So for the center cable, you're going to repeat K1P1 3 times. So in this case, you're going to purl 1 stitch, do a 2-1 RPC, then repeat the K1P1 pattern 3 times, and then you'll do a 2-1 LC and end with a P1. Thanks for watching! I hope this video was easier to follow along. As always, if you have any questions or need further clarification, you can always drop me a comment below. The next video will go through the last 8 rows of our cable pattern. Stay tuned for that!